You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
White House whistleblower reveals Trump's push to get rid of the judges, based on an article by Thomas Kika. Trump's favorite sport is intimidating referees. The source of the scandal. The immediate story is simple enough. Trump claimed he called FIFA about Folarin Balogun's suspension. FIFA then overruled the ban, and the U.S. team still lost. The article uses that sequence to spotlight a larger point from Miles Taylor. Trump does not recognize independent decision-makers as legitimate unless they bend. Who actually has power? The real power in this story is not in a press cycle and not in the outrage after the fact. It sits with the person who can turn a private complaint into a political pressure campaign. Trump is the actor with institutional weight, access, and a habit of treating every rule-bound process as something to dominate. That matters because the story is not really about one striker or one match. It is about a president who believes authority means leverage over adjudication. When he picks up the phone, he is not behaving like a spectator. He is testing whether the referee will fold. The pattern is the point. Taylor's account of Trump in the White House is the more revealing part of the reporting. The reported complaint about judges was not a one-off tantrum. It was a governing style. Public intimidation, private pressure, then attacks on legitimacy when the ruling still goes the wrong way. That is not confusion. That is a method. The article is strongest when it connects the FIFA episode to that broader pattern. Trump does not merely dislike unfavorable decisions. He treats them as intolerable because he sees institutions as tools for enforcing his will, not constraints on it. Misdirection and convenience. The article's framing risks making the scandal sound like a sports world absurdity when it is really a power story. The issue is not whether Trump only asked for a review. That is the language of deniability, not accountability. The issue is that a head of state inserted himself into a disciplinary decision, and the result came fast enough to make the entire process look pliable. FIFA is not some innocent temple of neutrality either. Its corruption history is part of why this worked as a spectacle, but that does not flatten Trump's role. It exposes a familiar arrangement. A strongman reaches for a weak institution, and a weak institution confirms his instincts. The democratic meaning. Taylor calls judges the referees of our democracy. And that metaphor is useful because Trump's central political habit is to punish referees. He does not want neutral adjudication. He wants adjudication that recognizes his status first and the rules second. That is the political meaning here. Not a lone scandal, but a standing conflict between rule-governed institutions and a leader who treats rules as obstacles to be bullied. The danger is not that Trump sometimes wins. It is that he keeps proving how easily authority can be converted into pressure, and how quickly institutions train themselves to accommodate it when they should be saying no. You've been listening to Systemic Error, thanks to AlterNet for today's article. With the automated voice of Clara, thanks for listening.